Hi, I'm Sylvia Gordon.
And I'm Rebecca Gordon. And on this week's edition of the Weekly Wednesday Wrap-Up, we're going to talk about NAHU's new alternative AHIP program.
But first,
we're going to talk about other stuff.
Okay.
Stay tuned. So I was reading some really cool stuff on my news feeds last week about medical tattooing. And so...
I don't want to lead off with this.
Why not?
Go ahead.
This is cool. I think this is fascinating. Medical tattooing. So nothing has been approved by any insurance carrier yet, but there are bills being proposed to get this passed. So the example that was in this article was somebody, when they were younger, got 3 fingers caught, ripped the tops off. And you know, as that's an eyesore, it looks terrible, makes them feel bad. So I believe they were able to get someone to, I'm not sure if it was how they paid for it or what, but they tattooed nail beds. So from a distance, his hand looked normal. And
Right,
it was really cool. And so there's a lot brewing, and obviously with mastectomies or double mastectomies with breast cancer, there's medical tattooing for women for reconstructive parts.
They're getting the areola
tattoo.
Yeah, and all of that aids in healing because morale.
Oh my God.
Makes you heal faster.
Happier, all blends
that has
together.
Better outcomes. So that's exciting.
I think that is super cool. Medical tattooing. We're going to stay tuned on that.
Things out there. Okay, so that was exciting, but we're going to talk about the ugly part, which is network negotiations. And we had an agent call in very upset.
One of our favorite agents, Claudia, thank you for bringing this to our attention because we can help shed some light. So Claudia called in, she's like, oh my gosh. Now Claudia lives up in Fort Wayne, Indiana, huge hospital, Parkview. I was born there. Were you born there? I was born there. And she received something from another carrier, Aetna, saying, hey, this is happening, you're gonna lose your network, all these clients are gonna have to find new homes, really kind of creating some panic.
Disruption.
She calls us saying, hey, you guys are my FMO, why am I finding this out from a competitor? Right. Great question, Claudia.
Why am I not finding it out from us? We didn't know.
We don't know.
She's like, how are you one of the top FMO distributors for Anthem in the nation, and you don't know? And that's where I had to pull the curtain back to explain to her that there's, I don't know, thousands of negotiations going on at any one time. Every year that contracts up with hospitals all over the country.
All the time.
And it's a big fight all the time. And they don't have the time to tell us, and we don't have the brain space to even keep it in, because we do work nationally. It's like not like we just work in Indiana. So I'm not giving Anthem a pass that they didn't tell us, because they should have told us. But it's very constant.
Common.
It's constant.
I almost consider it a game. I think it's a little bit of a game because they'll say it's coming down. We have to have this done by 11:59. My experience has been by 11:59, it's been signed, and it's smooth sailing again.
So how does it work? So I need this hospital in my network. So I'm an insurance company. So I say, hey, I want to pay you $80, and you're like, screw $80. I want $100. So I'm like, I'll go 81. And you're like, I'll go 99. And then we both go to our corner and we wait and let the clock tick out. And then as it gets closer, the hospital wants to put pressure on us. So what did Parkview Hospital do when United Healthcare's negotiation came up? It's like 5 years ago. They took out full page ads in the News Sentinel, which all my clients were sending me, full page ads saying,
United Healthcare did this for Anthem clients.
No. United Healthcare did this when their negotiation was up.
Oh,
when they were with Parkview. So my clients are sending me they were mailing me the ad because like, you're probably not seeing this because you don't get the paper. And they're like, we're in a panic and you're not in a panic. Why aren't you in a panic? You need to move us because our doctors are going to be out of network.
Right.
And I'm like, they're gonna sign the contract.
They're gonna sign it.
They're like, no. Look at this. Look at these are the letters we got from our doctor. These are the letters from the hospital. This is in the newspaper. You got to do something. And I'm like, they're going to sign it. They're going to sign it.
My husband
signed it. Spoiler alert. They're going to sign this next one too. Every once in a while. It's
very rare
that they don't re-up with a major hospital,
Yeah.
with a major carrier. Now this is different if we're talking about a little local HMO or something, but a major powerhouse is going to get that hospital. Now, like I said, we only see it like once a year. There might be one thing that blows up of all the hospitals. So, one, Claudia, we didn't know. And two, if we would have known, we would have told you. It's not good for you to find out from your clients or the newspaper or a competitor. And I agree with you that the smart thing for a carrier would be, if it's a major hospital in our home state, give us a heads up. But you guys as agents are going to have this the rest of your career in the MedAdvantage market. This negotiation thing, always back and forth, and they're both posturing so that I can get the lowest reimbursement and you can get the highest. She's a hospital, I'm the carrier. And eventually they're going to meet, and it might be at the last minute. So if this contract expires on, what did they say, like midnight on April 30th, it might not get signed until 11:59 on April 30th. But chances are it's going to get signed.
Yeah.
Now, we'll know in a month if I have to eat my hat on this one. But our history working with thousands of hospitals and hundreds of insurance companies is they almost always re-up. So it's a network nightmare. That's not going to change.
It's a game. That's all I consider it. It's a game. It happens all the time.
So we wanted to share some of our favorite memes going around the internet on the coronavirus to insert a little levity here. I know a lot of our agents aren't really on social media, so they don't get to see some really creative stuff that's been coming out in these dark days.
You're missing out if you're not
There's
on the
some
internet
fun memes out there. So this one's great. I have coronavirus. So I had a guy yesterday that, a teenager, he's like 20. I call him a teenager. But anyway, he said he ran a questionable yellow light, and he got pulled over. And he took a hit on his vape stick, just right before the police officer came to his window. But he hit too hard, so he was like coughing. And so the police officer stood back and said, "Sir, are you sick?" And he was coughing because he couldn't catch his breath because he wasn't sick. And he realized, opportunity. And he told the police officer, yes. And the police officer said, "Where are you going?" He said, "I'm on my way to the doctor." And he goes, "Be on your way." And the kid went straight to social media. He's like, thumbs up. Okay, so for those speeders out there, you might keep that in mind. Here's a shortage of masks, somebody being creative with that. And then we all love those long CVS receipts.
Absurd.
Finally, people have
There's a use. There's finally a use.
Found a use for those. So
seems like you would get a paper.
if you do have any cool memes, please send them to us here and we will share them next week's episode. Let's talk about the AHIP NAHU alternative.
So why did you and other people on your new board try to create a new AHIP?
So the Medicare Council of the National Association of Health Underwriters is comprised of about 20 of us national FMOs. And after last year's AHIP was such a colossal debacle, which the test had so much irrelevant testing material, and agents were calling like crazy saying, "Yeah, I failed it. Because I don't know anything about cost plans. I didn't even know there was a cost plan. They're not in my state.
Right.
They'll never be in my state. Why would I study this? I'm busy." And I failed it.
Right.
And they're mad. And we were pushing back saying, "Hey, why can't we get a more relevant test?" It's not that, the agents could have studied the cost plans and they could have passed it. But the real reason was, why are we wasting the agents' time having them study stuff that's completely irrelevant? And I heard the other side that they should know everything about every plan in every country because people could move in and otherwise I got that. But I'm saying, let's take the agent's time and let's teach them more relevant material that can make them be a better agent, so it's a win-win for the consumer, the carrier, the industry, right? Let's take their precious 4 hours of AHIP a year and make it a better test. So
Amen.
AHIP doesn't listen to us. They own it. And really, their client is the carrier. So NAHU, their client is you, the agent. So think how much money AHIP makes. If every agent in the country takes this, and they have a monopoly, and they get $125 per person, they get millions of dollars. And then NAHU takes that money. I'm not NAHU. AHIP takes that money, America's Health Plan, and they use it to lobby on behalf of the carriers. Okay? Now, we love the carriers, but our interests are not always aligned. Okay? So we need NAHU primarily focused on the agent, okay? And they always have a funding issue. This solves a lot of their funding issue. If all of us, we're doing our testing with them and giving our own industry group that puts us first, giving them funding to do more for us. Because that's one of the things I hear from agents is, what do they do for us? But you don't know a lot of what they do for you. They do a lot for you.
Scenes.
They're the only one lobbying for you on Capitol Hill.
So is this ready?
So just got approved by CMS. So this should be ready. That this will be an alternative. Don't take AHIP this year. Plan on taking NAHU this year. We're still working on the pricing.
And there might be some free CE involved with it,
there should
perhaps.
Be,
so
I don't know if it'll be free or how we're doing that, but there'll be
stuff.
You'll get CE to take it, and it's being built by FMOs. So we're building it for you to be more relevant for you. I'm not saying it's easier, but it's going to be better. It's going to be a better use of your time.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about it. I'm going to do a special shout out to Dwayne McFerrin.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Did a lot of work on the test. And to Mike Smith, who's
Thank you, Mike.
head of the council, and all the other FMOs on the council, because we're bringing this out to you, and it's going to benefit all of us. So we want to get the buzz started.
And this really shows when we come together, our voices are heard.
Right.
So that there's a lot of power in that. A lot of power.
Get excited.
Get
It's going to be a better test. Hopefully, it's going to be a cheaper test, and it's going to have CE attached.
Okay, I've got a question. I want to hear your comments on this. We always get a lot of great comments on our question at the end. What's your favorite way to learn a new product? I love this question because I get hit with a bazillion new products. And I've got certain methods that if it catches my attention, how I want to learn it. So I want to know what you think. Are you listening to podcasts? Do you like to watch videos? Do you like to attend meetings? Do you like to print off the PDF, have a glass of wine, and go over it on your own? Let us know. But with all that being said, good selling. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.